And our round of 16 will continue today only here on Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme. My name is Chad. Together with me, Vince G. Vince G, this is quite an exciting matchup that we're going to have right now. So, how are you feeling?
I am feeling so excited because we are in the final 16 teams. We're gonna be having 8 matches. I believe there's 2 matches happened yesterday, and right now we're proceeding. We're gonna be doing 2 more matches, but this time around it's gonna be best of threes. But in this matchup, the first matchup that we're gonna be having tonight, it is going to be Execration up against Apex. So both teams delivered, and both teams will face each other on who is gonna be the better team that's gonna make it to the round of 8. So we might call it the
Quarterfinals.
quarters, semifinals.
Yes, quarters,
but
quarters.
quarters. I mean, we're gonna be anticipating a lot from these teams.
That's true. So yeah, talking about that, Vince G, it will be quite exciting for us to actually see what is going to happen here, only here on Battle for Supremacy Reigns. We are still in our season 1, and I think there are still a couple of matchups that are remaining. Some of the quarterfinal slots have been taken right now, and we are still continuing on how this will occur as we are going to go through our phase, in our drafting phase rather, or our game number 1, which you have mentioned earlier. It would be Execration from the Philippines battling, duking it out against Apex from Myanmar. So I hope that it would be quite a beginning, right? I hope the teams, both of ours are ready, because I myself, I'm ready now. How about you?
I am indeed ready. I am prepared. I am dying to see what's gonna happen here tonight. And I believe that each and every one of you guys watching from across the different social medias, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, I hope you guys are prepared, and I hope you guys are definitely in for a treat tonight, because the first series that we're gonna be having, it's gonna be a banger. But not only that, we're gonna be having our main event, because later on there's another matchup that's gonna be LFA and
Yes.
KARMAX. So another banger of a matchup. So for this first best of 3 series jet for tonight, I believe we are gonna get some action back. So might as well continue to at least see how this team develop their strategies up against each other, and might as well continue to see the full best of 3 action for this series alone.
That's true, Vince. And when you take a look at this one, we are now in our knockout stages. And I think both of these teams have actually studied each other, watched their clips, watched their previous games, and probably that would actually impact on how they're going to do their draft and picking phase when the time seems right. And when we are looking at it through it, they might be banning some quite controversial heroes, probably some of the most respected on the current meta, and this might be quite interesting on how they will execute or do a counter pick, or probably execute a similar situation but with different heroes. Now, we are going to proceed in our drafting phase as we watch Execration and Apex will be contesting on this one. We see the current first ban here. We see My Shiranui getting banned. Meanwhile, Datyao is banned on the other side. Apex wanting that Datyao will be taken out of the equation. I think both of these ladies here, both of our heroes, banned because, well, they really stand out in our current meta.
They shouldn't be. She's an explosive mage, combat mage that can easily reposition her opponents, and as well finish it off real quick. Another hero that packs a punch is gonna be this guy, Dharma, who's gonna be removed from the pool. Dharma is a very, very good sustained hero in the Clash lane, and he can also reposition his opponent with the Mantras that he's having. So Minky being there Danny is gonna be eyeing towards securing this early pick for the side of Execration.
Well, since they've taken out one nimble hero on the side of Execration, I think Execration needed another nimble hero, but this time in the farm lane in the form of Arlie. Now, this is quite interesting as we see the Dolia and the Hino getting separated on that. We know how much potent the Hino pick here in the mid lane or the clash lane. Meanwhile, the Dolia, very tricky, very sticky, and really good in supporting the entire team with her skills. Say for example, when she goes out resetting cooldowns. Say for example, it could be a Dolia Kaiser combination or a Dolia Lamb combination. It will seem like almost invincible, most especially with a Dolia and Kaiser pick. But I think they will be settling for, if I'm not mistaken, this is a U1 for Apex for their jungle. Meanwhile, we see two people. Once again, this is a current setup right here on Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme. We see two people using smites.
Well, this is standard for Zhang Fei. Zhang Fei is quite the beast when it comes to controlling or taming the jungle. And with the smite, probably the one thing that they are gonna be securing is to secure objectives, epic monster objectives, whether it's gonna be the Tyrant or the Overlord, or probably in the early game, they might as well try to invade the enemy jungle. Don't go for the smites. I mean, we are seeing some standard mid-mage battle. So I don't know if this is final yet, because Hano being the jungle, so he can like flex this one out. Karl can also choose another hero of his liking, go towards mid lane, and that's gonna be a matchup that we're gonna be seeing, or allowing them to freely get an assassin kind of jungle, or somehow a hero that can dish out a huge amount of damage. So for Hano and Hano and U1, so this is gonna be really interesting, because Itamaru's U1 is quite there. I mean, he can like easily go towards level 4 if played right, and in less than a minute we can see some rotations coming in from Itamaru if U1 does scale up, and it's final. Itamaru gonna go for jungle. Insane is gonna pick the Shangwan to cover mid.
Meanwhile, let's discuss about the bans. We see on the side of Apex, they're banning Charlotte with a very high damage output. Very tricky when it comes to actually utilizing this hero. Meanwhile, another one from...
Yeah, another... So, ladies and gentlemen, so let's talk about the bans here. Probably they're taking their sweet time. Mitsura probably going towards the Zhou, and then for Mayin, for the side of Execration, this is gonna be their final. I mean, Jet going for the Mayin clash lane. This is a good answer actually for a lane, and this is also a good response, man. Just incurring a Marco Polo. Yes, you might get the first pick early. Well, behold, Marco Polo's here.
Yes, that's true. Both nimble farm lane heroes when we is what we're looking at right now. And what would be the tricky part here is how both of these teams going to execute their team fight plans. And it is quite interesting to actually use a mage in the jungle lane, as we see probably a Hino in the jungle and the other Yuhuan in the jungle right there for both teams. So not much of the tanky boys. I haven't seen that much of a tanky boy situation here, except for that Zhang Fei. And we see it would be a Charlotte again. No, I think it's a match up with Mayin against that Elaine. So it would be a tricky fight in the clash lane, as these two really wanted to duke it out and to see which one will actually go down. And speaking of going down, we are going down right now to our hero Scourge, as our game number 1, Execration against Apex Philippines against Myanmar, will be commenced right now, only here on Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme. And we are beginning our game.
Beginning of the game, but you can see, behold,
We are
enjoy
back.
our faces, guys. Don't worry about it. We're gonna be back anytime soon, but you know, the game is quite starting. the players are just heating up, they're just warming up, but try to at least wait to see or wait for us to reconnect towards that game because they just feel it already. I mean, even the game itself cannot handle how hot this game is. I mean, just look at how prepared they are. Just look at how they're gonna be trying to go for this game. Having this kind of matchup, this allows us to at least enjoy this matchup for a full, for at its fullest. I mean, just go for full out best of threes, and then might as well wait for what's gonna happen, and then boom.
Yes, that's true. It's going to be a very explosive situation, just like what happened earlier right here at home. Something happened here at home. Something exploded. I think it was a dump site of a fireworks factory. So yeah, it will be quite explosive. But meanwhile, going back to our scenario right here, I think we are going to go back to our Heroes Gorge in just a few moments. So we will be waiting for that. And ladies and gentlemen, please continue to stay tuned only here on Battle for Supreme, Reign Supreme. It is the season 1 for Honor of Kings competition right here. And we are back, and it is a 3 to and everyone is at level 3. Execration actually taking 2 kills while we are they are off screen. And still, we have discussed this. It would be a Mayin against that Elaine, really duking it out right here at the Clash lane. Meanwhile, Zhou will be rotating with them, and Elaine will be popping that ult. And Q1 will be following it up just to back that Elaine up, just to give a space right here. But Haino will be also rotating and wanting to get some of that smoke right here on our Clash lane. But will he be successful in just zoning out, or he will be getting even more and probably successfully picking off someone from Apex? Now going back into the middle lane, there is still a clash going on. All we can see here right now is that just people, just heroes trying to zone out so that they can actually create space for their teammates to actually farm.
Well, talking about the farming, talking about the lane presence of each and every one. I mean, this allows them to at least get those levels, and now we can see that Elaine is just getting down with it. Goes towards mid, using the ultimate, death from a sunset, but not enough to at least deal the final blow. He dove way too deep for that one, and just not looking good for Apex. I mean, they have been reversed, man.
Yes, it's clear, but fortunately, no casualties so far, and we are going to continue with the zoning out from each other, and we'll see about that if there would be a rotation going in from Shangguan, and I think that would be Tamaru with that U1 will be rotating in the middle lane. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane and in our farm lane, it is still a standoff. Technically, they really wanted to get experience. They really wanted to get farm as of the moment, but I think there would be a contest here in the side of the Tyrant at the bottom lane, and it would be quite an interesting pick, as we can see Raph wanting to actually zone people out and actually pull people from Apex to not distract that Tyrant or not wake up the Tyrant, because if the Tyrant will wake up and someone will actually pull in that objective with everyone there, it would be ugly, because it's either they'll be stealing that Tyrant or they will be getting some kills on this one. This will be quite an interesting pick on this one. And we see Itamaru might be in danger here. Will he be safe? No, but it will be a killing spree on the side of Hyde, and Hyde will be continuing to push through, and that Hyde will be taking that Tyrant on the side of Execration, and it will be a continuous killing spree streak here for the side of Execration, and that will be 7-0. Count it out as 3 people on the side of, make it 4 rather. It will be 4 people down on the side of Apex, and Execration will be continuing to steal and get objectives on the side of Apex. Might be wanting to actually get 1 tower down for their side.
Well done. Immediately for Execration, it was a really good start. For Hyde, actually, for dealing with Itamaru's U1, an ending sorrow should have saved him, but no, the amount of damage coming in from Mayin is quite high at this rate, and the spike suddenly became high for Execration. Let's look at the economy on their side. It's just swinging. I mean, for 4K lead, and then you got 4 in that previous team fight. You also got that epic monster objective. You get the Tyrant, you walk away with that. Apex, I'm not quite sure on what their plans are, but it seems like they're all going towards the bottom lane, looking for that tower push or looking for that kill. Will they find it? I can see Mayin here trying to at least dodge every now and then, but of course, the might of the 4 men coming from Apex will not allow that.
Yes, we see that. I think Mayin was just caught in the middle, wasn't able to hide that much against 4 people, and I think Karl in the bottom lane just zoning out the 4 people from Apex who actually threatened. Meanwhile, at the middle lane, it is the second tier tower which is going down as well. Meanwhile, it will be quite a commotion here as EXECRATION wanted to do an exchange, whether or not whether Hyde went down or not. They still continued to push and create a situation in the middle lane wherein Apex needed to respond to that, or else more structures will be going down for Apex, courtesy of EXECRATION on this particular time of the tournament. Meanwhile, I think there would be someone who's going down. Dolia will be going down instead, and then it will be a continuous pressure right here in the bottom lane as they want to sandwich in that Shangguan, and we see Raf trying to zone out people for EXECRATION so that they will be able to take down that second bottom tower, and it will be a continuous push and continuous pressure right now for EXECRATION as they know they are in an advantage and really wanted to take advantage of that one. Might be in too deep on this particular tournament and at this particular site and at this particular moment. Meanwhile, Alain really going through it as Y2O will be going down, and 2 people right now from Apex make it 3, which is going down right now for Apex, and EXECRATION will be continuing to actually apply pressure as someone is going really into deep. That high no, Karl was able to actually escape from that predicament, and it will be a continuous pressure as the higher ground middle tower might be in danger, and it will be going down. So will be the the high ground bottom tower, and it will be a predicament right now for Apex's EXECRATION dominating right here in our game.
Dominating indeed, and for Apex to start up that fight, yes, they might got 1 kill on that one, but this graph can't deny. I mean, 3,600 gold swing on theirs in favor of EXECRATION, and this allows them to at least get this Overlord. I mean, yeah, it's not even a Shadow Overlord, but 8 minutes into this game, they expose the crystal. 2 high ground towers are down. EXECRATION wants to at least make this clean. They're not even finishing this up. They wanted to push the top lane, and they might open up Eve, including the high ground tower. So they're just waiting for Apex to at least get close, probably start the attack, and then from there, EXECRATION can do something about this. And ooh, Karl.
And yes, that will be an unbridled outrage which will be deployed right there by Raph and zoning out members from Apex so that they will be able to successfully get that second top tower, and 3 people down right now for Apex, and it will be a continuous pressure going into the side of EXECRATION, and EXECRATION really getting that as 𝐷𝐎𝐿 will be going down. It would be an ace, and that would mean they can wipe the crystal out, but they really wanted to get that high ground tower first because they wanted that minion wave to actually remove the protection, and I think that would be 1 second, and yes, that would be 1 second before 3 people from Apex will be resurrecting right now, respawning rather, and it will be a cracked open crystal for the side of EXECRATION as EXECRATION will take home game number 1 on this best of 3 series.
Game, Jet, I mean, just look at what we're seeing here. It seems like my body is ready for game number 2. EXECRATION, they managed to play objectively. Even Karl is not even hesitating to go deep because he knows that he can time the Fate Rewind very well. For Hitamaru, you know, he's gonna be the answer to Karl's Heino, but the unending sorrow coming in from Hitamaru doesn't save him at all. I mean, health or probably some attacks he can manage to dodge, but after that, what's next? I mean, he's not untargetable most of the time. For Insane, yes, he can be untargetable, but that's when the ulti was triggered. But he cannot trigger the ulti when it's on cooldown. So they just need to find their mechanic. And for Y20, he has that same mechanic as well with the death at sunset. So he can be untargetable when he pop the ult, but when he lands, what's gonna be next? Mine here cannot refresh all the skills at once, but he needs to pick one. I mean, it's either pick Flick's ulti, might either as well pick all of those skills, and then for mine, well, he needs to work very hard for this game, but it seems like Execration is not letting him do that.
That's true. It was quite a difficult situation right there for Apex, and Execration really asserting dominance at the early onsets of the game. We might not have seen the first 2 minutes of the game, and that might mean from that point on, the snowball going into the side of Execration really went into overdrive as they destroyed um, structure after structure, winning team fight after team fight, even invading jungles, which made Apex step back and rethink about their strategies here. Now they were in a level gap as well. They were in a very huge goal discrepancy. They were in a huge kill loss over there, and I think that was a very outstanding performance for Execration, which made Apex live their difficult life in game number one.
Wow. This is just game number one, Jet. I mean, I'm ready for game number two. And for
Ooh.
Apex, are they ready to face the challenge once again? I mean, they already have an idea about what's gonna happen here on this best of three series, but I hope game number two they find answers. They force a reset and then force game number three. From best of three, make this a best of one, and then from there you manage to counter attack. So that's gonna be the story of the series for Execration. Match point, and they only need one more win in order for them to advance in the next round. So, Jet,
Yes.
I have no words on how can I express my excitement for this series.
Oh, oh yes, this is going to be an exciting series wherein Apex might be doing something behind the scenes so that they can actually get game number two. And hopefully they will, because we might want game number three. But also we also want a series win for Execration. We wanted the best players in Honor of Kings to actually step further into the bracket and into the leaderboard as well, so that we can see a more exciting, more dominant, more strategic team plays going in right here on Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme. And I think that would be it for this game number one, and we will be waiting for game number two.
Game, Jet, this is gonna be fire because aside from seeing Zhou into that game, I mean, I'm gonna be expecting more. Might as well Angela can be included in the mix, but as well other heroes that can provide additional firepower towards the team fight. But seeing those team compositions, so we already had an idea, Jet, on how Execration and Apex did play it out. So both of these teams are now facing each other again, and whoever is the better team will definitely gonna win or proceed towards the next series. So Apex has that will to prove themselves as well in this series because you don't want it to lose, especially in that fast and quick 10-minute game. And for Apex, might as well play defensively, but they have to risk it. So if Execration is really good in terms of like fast-paced games, their draft, I mean, Apex draft should focus more on prolongtivity. I mean, keep an eye towards late game, pick heroes that can sustain, and then pick your one true carry. Let him do or dish out all the damage that needed to be here in the side of Apex. But well, it all depends on the drafts later on.
Yes, that's true. And speaking of drafts, we'll be having our draft later on. But for now, I think we are going to have a very quick breather here as Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme Season 1 will be back. So stay tuned. Beans and Jet will be back.
killing spree. Been defeated. Blue team has slain an enemy. Team has slain an enemy. Blue team rampage. Shut down. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Fabulous. Blue double kill. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team killing spree. Fabulous.
And yes, game one has just ended, and we are going to proceed right now in game number two. Only here on Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme Season 1. This is Jet, and together with me, Vince G. Vince G. We are now in game number two. What do you think the adjustments that will be done by Apex?
Apex needs to at least make sure that the defenses were tight because Execration is keeping an eye towards the fast game. And fast game as we speak, the draft is definitely on the way. So, talking about the drafts here, it's gonna matter for Execration to pick those comfort heroes in order for them to finish this game in less than 10 minutes. And for Apex, they should not allow that to happen. They need to at least make sure that those lane heroes that they have right now is quite tanky, quite durable to withstand a lot of rotations, a lot of team fight presence in the side of Execration. But if Apex wants to play it aggressively as well, might as well pick a high damage amount of hero like assassins that can easily dish out huge amount of damage to eliminate members of the Execration, not allowing Execration to pick flashy heroes that has natural escape mechanism, like for example 𝐊𝐈. Talking about 𝐊𝐈, they abandoned themselves.
Yes, we see that, and continuously, Apex really don't want to see Execration get their hands on that Mankey, because I think someone probably in Execration really can use that Mankey into a very annoying state. So we are seeing right now the Mai Shiranui actually getting out of that banhammer and getting picked off by Execration, as I think Mitsura will be using that in a while, and or someone from Execration will be using that in a while. Meanwhile, a ban for Execration has banned, like what you've mentioned earlier. It's a ban for 𝐊𝐈. Also, it's a ban for 𝐷𝐻𝐻. Now, Execration just picked Pei as their jungle lane, I think. Yes. Meanwhile, I think Itamar will be playing once more as Yu-Huan as the jungle as well, and then I think it would be quite interesting to actually see a Xiangyu here in Apex, and we'll see, I think, who might be Xiangyu be facing. I think Xiangyu here will be playing as a roamer, probably roamer tank, and might be facing that Zhang Fei. Once again, Execration will be doing that double smite strategy like what they did on game number 1.
Well, interesting. I love what I'm seeing here right now. So Xiangyu actually is a good roam support hero that they can utilize. Itamaru is not letting go of the U1 comfort hero for him, it seems. And as I've said, the mechanics of U1, she has the capability to make sure that he reaches, or she reaches level 4 in exactly a minute. So if Itamaru reaches level 4 in just a minute, then she has that freedom to rotate towards lanes, which or where she's near at, and then ensure some first blood. Because at level 4, Tamaru can get an ending sorrow. So it all depends to the U1 if he's gonna switch his melody to war or peace. And if we're talking about the war melody, that applies additional magic damage towards her opponents. But for peace, the melody of peace, well, it's a really good sustain mechanic. Where right 20, stick with the lane. That's really nice for them to stick with the lane. You got U1 to at least cover you up. Of course, we have Xiangyu to reduce your enemy's armor, but for them to at least stick with the double smite. Well, Rafe going for the Zhang Fei again, but Karl here is gonna be changing his hero towards an offensive Pei.
Yes, and this is quite interesting, as so I think Hyde will be playing as Byron here for their Clash lane, and you know Byron, very itchy here right here in the Clash lane. No regard for any towers whatsoever. This Byron would mean something that much, most especially when this Byron will be able to go online. He'll be able to actually take on team fights and initiate it for the team, most especially when he's actually doing this electrifying charge and storm strike, also with an additional help with that force field suppression for him to be able to actually dish out even more. Now we are going to see Apex really banning two of the marksmen, and in the end we see EXECRATION getting that Marco Polo just to complete the roster. Meanwhile, it's a 𝐊𝐿𝐒𝐏 right here for Apex for their mid lane, and it will be a Duara for their farm lane. Apex might be actually dishing out, and I think there is a tanky boy right now in the form of Shang Yu on the side of Apex, and I think that might be the difference from game one to game number two right now, as I think they have someone quite durable to actually take on damage right now, Vince.
Well, durabilities are good. I mean, tanky heroes are just so good in order for you to survive or sustain the lane. Well, might as well snowball with that advantage. So a lane can easily try to at least get some minion wave easy, but it's not gonna be easy matchup because he's gonna be laning up against a Byron. So Byron being the Clash laner, so that means he's gonna be solo all the time. Marco Polo, on the other hand, needs to be protected by Zhang Fei at all cost. And then if Danny here managed to at least pop off and then get those levels items as the Marco Polo, then that's the time that he can be defended. He's flashy. He's really hard to catch. But if you catch Danny, it's gonna be hard for you to escape.
That's true. And now we are into the Hero's Gorge, and we are in our first minute mark on our of game number two right here in Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme, as we see Carl really securing that Crimson Golden for this year. Meanwhile, Insane wanting to actually visit Carl there in the jungle, and he will be launched in, and that flick will be actually going through as well, but it will be a safe space as Miney also in danger, and I think they will prioritize safety over kills right now because they don't want to make mistakes and go into too much depth when it comes to initiating team fights as of the moment. They now are in a very safe situation, but we see that was a buff steal on the side of Apex as Itamar was able to take one, but he was taken out right away by Hyde, taking that buff, utilizing that buff even within less than 5 seconds of Itamaru getting them both. So I think that would be quite an advantage on the side right now for EXECRATION, and EXECRATION really wanted to actually create a zone for them so that they can apply their strat, as we see Mitsura there with the Kachosen just trying to actually find someone and zone Miney right there, and we are going right now on our Clash lane, where I think that it would still be a very comfortable situation right here. Hyde and Y20 here really just taking out that waves and not wanting to get that smoke.
For EXECRATION getting that first elimination that they want to, they are trying to at least make this one a snowball, but for U1 here, he's gonna be in trouble. Pops the unending sorrow, but pays after him. U1 is gonna be taken down again by Byron. Hyde here is not stopping. We've seen the unbridled outburst. Now double kill for Hyde, and now they are going for more. And now this is going to be Y20 trying to withstand everything but the blow coming in from Pei. The fist made sure that he doesn't even escape. Wow, EXECRATION, they are playing this well, and it seems like staying as a lane, staying as U1 might as well be your covered and the comfort pick, just like that. I mean, Itamaru dying for the third time as the jungle. This is really hard for Apex.
That's true, Vince. It is really hard for Apex right now, as Apex still continuing to choose their comfort heroes, but to no avail. That's just like what we've seen earlier on game number one. It is still the same story right now in game number two, as Apex has been dominated here by EXECRATION, and Miney right now trying to zone out 3 players from EXECRATION, but he will be in danger in behalf, and Mai Shiranui will be cleaning that out, but in exchange, I think Mai was in too deep with that tower, and Flick will be taking advantage on that, picking off that Mai Shiranui. Meanwhile, we see that South 𝐊𝐿 just wanting to actually just get someone there, but Hyde might be in danger here, trying to get to the comforts, but he wants to get one, and he will be taking U1 instead, and 𝐷𝐻𝐻 will be in danger, but Hyde will not, and will get the Ju to recover. Will that be a continuous situation here, as Karl will be picking out that quick, and Insane will be eliminated for 15 seconds right here. He will be taking a breather, as EXECRATION will be exploiting and farming into the jungle of Apex, and that, ladies and gentlemen, Miney is also going down, but that was a crucial kill steal by Flick there, getting the Tyrant on the side of Apex. At least there's a sliver of hope for Apex here to actually do some great plays, but in behalf, but to no avail. It is still an 11-1. That is still a sliver, but it is still a sliver.
It is definitely a sliver. I mean, for them to at least make sure that they are cleaning up the entire jungle for the side of EXECRATION. Just look at how they're dealing with things. Even Y20 here is having a hard time in facing Hyde. I mean, Hyde here, he doesn't have to hide anymore. He's becoming way too confident with his picks. You know, judging from the first game and another. And now look at that, they are controlling 𝐻𝐻𝐻. He went to A2D, but for EXECRATION, might as well back down a little bit, but they don't even care. They just want the outer turret. But look at that, an ending sorrow again being popped by 𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐻, but look at the first kill connecting towards Zhang Fei, but not enough because he has that leaping savior to at least put up some guard here, and an ulti pop up just to at least make sure that his health raised high. But the turnaround seems like Apex wanted to catch up, but for Hyde, I can do this by myself, I can catch up, but here comes the backup. Danny here gets a double, he goes for Zhang Yu, Pei now unstoppable, they're chasing for someone, they caught 𝐊𝐿 in that fight, and for Flick, can he flash out of this danger that he's in right now?
And I think the answer right there is no, as we see right now, Hyde in a godlike streak. There is nowhere to hide for Apex, and they will be destroying that tier 2 middle tower on the side of Apex. Also trying to exploit the resources that is free for the picking on the side of Apex. EXECRATION just standing by right here, making the enemy jungle their own playground, and now they're trying to get that Overlord. As we are continuing right here on the almost on the 7th minute on this particular game. It is a 16-3 run on the side of EXECRATION, and they will be picking up that Overlord, and that would be top a 2-wave Vanguard on the side of EXECRATION to even create a harder pressure on the turrets and on the structures on the side of Apex. I think Apex needs not to be going on to defensive. Probably take a bit of a risk, but not too much of a risk. Just like right there, as we see also Pei will be on a godlike streak, and it will be legendary for Hyde because there's nowhere to hide right now, and Raph will be getting one for himself as well, as two people will be left right now on the side of Apex. Might be they will be able to fight back here, as Flick will be getting one for the team, and but EXECRATION getting into much depth because of that sustain. They are quite confident to actually dive, even though there are still tier 2 towers on the side. But in response to that, because they're into deep, they will be able to take that second tier tower without any contest from Apex. And I think that is the strategy all along, and that was the team play that I am too much familiar with EXECRATION as they are executing it right now.
They need to execute their cards right now, but seems like this is gonna be the better form for Apex, because game number 1 seems like they're helpless, they're defenseless, but right now Apex can somehow delay the aggression coming in from EXECRATION, and they managed to force 4 eliminations on their side. So, but the lead, the economy here is quite high for the side of EXECRATION. It's just 10 to 11k. I mean, how can you catch up? If you're talking about Danny, he probably have a lot of good stuff items right now, and for Mitsura, he got a lot of burst.
but we are looking at Hyde. Well, he needs to hide right now, but he will be safe and sound as he is creating space for the people right there next to trying to eliminate that bottom high ground tower on the side of Apex, and it is right now in less than 10% of life on that now. It might be counter initiation going into the side right now of EXECRATION as they wanted more. They wanted to actually pick up an elimination. Danny will be knocked back there. He might be in danger here, but Miney won't be able to finish that one. But instead, there are two people right now from Apex that is going on, and they will be waiting for that Vanguard probably or the Minion Wave on the side of EXECRATION so that they will be able to actually create a threat. And a triple kill for Carl on the side as Flick will be all alone right now in the crystal, and they will be eliminating Flick as well, and that would be an ace, and that would be a crystal broken, and that would be an Apex Hearts broken as well, as EXECRATION will be eliminating them, and EXECRATION will be going in through to the quarterfinals.
I mean, for EXECRATION, they did certainly manage to unleash a really good job on this matchup, but for Apex, I believe they cannot reach this stage if they did not do well. For Apex, they have survived for 2 rounds, but unfortunately, this matchup, they cannot survive EXECRATION. But you know, we might as well pop props to Apex by giving their all into this match. But the results are in. EXECRATION did manage to finish the series 2-0. I mean, they did not give an opportunity for Apex to somehow farm up, but EXECRATION is just raring to go. They are hungry. I mean, they wanted to see the fewer teams, the fewer stronger teams. You know, they wanted to know who's the better teams. But are they gonna be? Are they gonna be it? EXECRATION might as well prepare for the big one. Might as well expect that someone is gonna try to at least contest towards the aggression of EXECRATION.
That is true, Vince. Very nice observation that you've got there. And yes, EXECRATION has executed once more a very flawless gameplay that has dominated Apex for around how many minutes without even breaking a sweat, getting the series 2-0, and they will be proceeding to the quarterfinals. And this is how intense the games right here in our 16, only here in Battle for Supremacy reigns supreme. But Vince, I would like to tell you something that I think our audience would be interested in something here. As with Team Wallet, you can buy, sell, and trade crypto tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Algo, Solana, and more. With our Team Wallet, unlike all other platforms where you need to download and sign up separately just for you to be able to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, Team Wallet Bot makes it easier and more accessible for everyone by saving your time and effort through Supreme ETFs or Supreme Exchange Traded Funds in Team Wallet. Now, you can purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum with just one click. Now, with Team Wallet, it has integrated all these features in just a single system, making it more convenient and efficient for its users. So, to be able for you to do that, just search in your Telegram at Team Wallet. That's at Team Wallet in Telegram, just to take advantage of this convenient tool. And you know what, Vince, there are a lot of things that Team Wallet has actually provided us, like team tokens, Supreme Team Draft, Fortnite V-Bucks, and the like, and also Fortnite tournaments that will be held by BFStv as well. And I think you know something about this, and please give us the details for that.
Well, of course, you're talking about V-Bucks. Well, using BNB, you can now purchase Fortnite V-Bucks and receive the pin real-time at Team Wallet Bot. So take note of this one, guys. All gift cards and prizes needs to be claimed by users. If not, these will be returned to their respective centers. And another Fortnite thing that we need to talk about is that we have a lot of Fortnite tournament just in the works for you, because we all know that you guys are really hungry. You definitely wanted more and more Fortnite tournaments here in the BFStv. So in order for you to get more information about these, be sure to explore our island map, BFSTV's Red and Blue, to keep yourselves updated. Might as well join our Telegram channel at BFSTV's Fortnite to learn more. And aside from the V-Bucks that I mentioned earlier, we also have the top-ups. You can now get your very own Riot Points, Garena Shills, Fortnite V-Bucks, and Honor of Kings tokens. So we're playing Honor of Kings right now. If there's skins that you like, might as well top up using the BFStv top up. So it's now available here. Just follow this page to learn more about that.
Yes, and that is quite a service that's provided to us by BFS TV and all the other sponsors that we're looking at here right in the bottom of our screens. And with that, we would like to say thank you very much for providing our gamers to actually have a platform to showcase their talents, just like here, what we are doing right here in our Battle for Supremacy only on BFS TV with their program Reign Supreme. And with that, I think we are going to just take a little breather because we are going right now to our second match, and this is going to be fireworks, like the fireworks that exploded right behind our home. So everybody, Vince, G, and Jet will be back only here on Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme, so stay tuned.
First blood. Slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team rampage. The Overlord shields have been shattered. Catapults moving out. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team killing spree has destroyed a tower. Red team rampage. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Team killing spree. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team Red team has destroyed a tower. Red team unstoppable. Red team godlike. Red team legendary. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has destroyed a tower. Destroyed a tower. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team unstoppable. Ace!
gentlemen, the main event, but we are still here in Reign Supreme. Jet and Vince G will be your casters for tonight as we head over to our final series, LFA up against the what is it
Nepalese
again? I mean,
team KARMAX.
Karma X. Okay, I'm quite torn between Karma X and Karmax because I don't know how to pronounce the team right. That's my struggle since day one. I mean, guys, if you know how to pronounce the team right, please do guide, show us the way or something. Just make sure that you guys well inform us if we're saying it right. I mean, might as well know how to at least deal with this pronunciation. But of course, I heard that now they're dealing with another problem, and that's gonna be the drafting phase now.
Let's go.
There you
We are looking at a very interesting pick right here as we see us bands. Okay, we have the bands right here, the usual culprits for the bands. For KARMAX and LFA, as we see a Mai Shiranui and a W ban on the side of LFA, if I'm not mistaken there. Meanwhile, there's a 𝐑𝐎𝐿 and a Yarya ban, but this is quite interesting. It's a Ming pick on the side of KARMAX or Karma X or whichever. I think it's Karma X if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully it's Karma X. They 2v1 will be playing as a Ming. This is quite interesting to see as they have picked the Lady Jen and the Concert U for the side of Karma X. And then this is unusual. The supports are unusual right now. The roamers are unusual. And we are seeing a Cyan in their roamer. And I think they would be contemplating to get a Cyan. Meanwhile, on the side of I think it is a Cyan indeed. And on the side of LFA, we've got a Cyan, we've got an lane and a Dun for the jungle. So what are we waiting for? Another ban here?
Yeah, another ban. Alternate bans for each and every one. So Taiwan G is gonna be here. I mean, okay, so for everyone that doesn't know, Taiyan's real name is Taiwan G. So Taiyan here is gonna be a really good healer for their side. I mean, if you want sustains, Taiyan is the get-to-go guy, the get-to-go kid, the person that can provide, supply some buffs, some heals, and he can utilizes her earworm in order for her to deal out or dish out crowd control. So aside from crowd controls, we also have Lady Jen on their side. So it's gonna be Shin picking up the Lady Jen, and we all know that the flowing Sai is one heck of an annoying skill, because if it bounces you for way too much, you're gonna be frozen. You're gonna be chilling. So it's not in a good way, but you're gonna be chilled out. And of course, if they dish out or eliminate you way too fast, then you're gonna be chilling out at base, waiting for your respawn timer to expire or something.
That's true. Lady Jen will be very itchy to get that crowd control up and running as we are going to continue here. I think Karma X has just skipped their fourth ban here, as we don't see anyone aside from Haino being eliminated from this game number 1, and we see on the other side on LFA they've taken out the possible jungle laners, or the possible jungle laner, because I think it is still up to contemplation whether that Ata will be going into jungle or it would be a double jungle. I think that Ata will be going in as a clash lane jungle so that he could get a smite, and it would be a Nakoruru jungle on the side of Karma X. Meanwhile, we are finalizing the picks right now for the roster of LFA, and they will finalize it with an already very nimble, agile hero for the side of LFA, and they will be finishing off with a very crowd control heavy Princess Ross. Yeah, well, Vince, you have mentioned earlier that Lady Jen would be very itchy with that crowd control. Very annoying indeed. What do you think about that Princess Frost on the other side?
Woo, I mean, we're gonna be having negatives here. I mean, in terms of having the temperatures drop towards
Yes.
negative Celsius because of these two heroes, well, hoping that there's no negativity happen. I mean, if they got picked off, might as well keep their heads up and then find a way to at least counterattack and flip the tables around. But the way I see it, this is gonna be an exciting main event, ladies and gentlemen. So we are up here for the ride. So we are seeing LFA, LF Adoption up against KARMAX. I don't know if that's right, but I'm just creating my own pronunciation now.
Oh yeah, we need to actually find out what the proper pronunciation for KARMAX or KARMAX or KARMAX would be, but the action will not stop even though we are still contemplating or thinking which is the right pronunciation of their team name. And we are seeing here LF Adoption is taking out those wild boars for their dinner, and that would be an additional experience on the side of that 𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐵. Meanwhile, I think that would be a sandwich that will be going on right here as they wanted to contest that as Crimson Golem right now. And who will be taking this one? Would it be going to the side? Yes, it would be going to the side of LF Adoption, and that by I think that Ata will be getting the no, I mean that I can't see that much on our map, as yes, it will be the Don will be taking that. Meanwhile, there will be an exchange going in right now as Alain and Ata will be exchanging blows, but the Nakururu will be sandwiching it off screen. But that Alain will be
There's a rotation.
safe. Yes, that will be continued. Look at that rotation there, Vince.
Earworm, he got crowd control for a little bit. Nakaruru almost in trouble, but same goes for Elaine, but they're quite safe. Their towers aren't. Their minion waves aren't. So, in order for them to survive or withstand the pressure being pushed by the LFA side, wow, I mean, Ata is just hugging down the outer towers on the top lane, turning this around. So that is an instant karma for LFA. So they went in too deep and now they got sandwiched. And for them, Ghost Ship will somehow prevent them from escaping. Gets still in the process. KARMAX delivering the karma on LFA's doorsteps. Wow.
That's true, and we see that they think LFA right there overcommitted right there in the first middle tower. Meanwhile, Concert will be going down, but in exchange, 𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐵 will be going down as well as JC will be resting for 6 seconds. There will be an initiation with the Bloodblade, and then that would be continuously assaulting that Ming, getting them out of the equation. But Nakururu Assault will also apply there as it will be a killing spree for the Nakururu, but it will be shut down by the Dun, and I think it would still be in a very tight situation right here, where two teams don't want to get it even, get their other members or their opponents get an advantage on that, as JC1 wanted to get one on that as they will be able to eliminate that Lady Jen. Meanwhile, Concert is just happily farming, hopefully getting that itemization on track so that they will so that the Concert will be able to join someday somehow on the later parts of the game. Will be joining the team fight with a very potent firepower on this one, as he will be protected by me.
The fight is stopping. I mean, for LFA to screw up that first initiation and then somehow bouncing back, well, for LFA, they wanted to even up the game. Yes, they might be failing on that one, but look at the crowd controls coming in from the Princess Frost. Yato secures 2, and now he will be getting a Ming for that kill. Lady Jen gets a kill as well, and now for the KARMAX, they're now trying to go back for now, but they lost 4. RPG San, he's the only survivor on top lane, and this gives LFA the freedom, the opportunity to take down the bottom outer tower. So the farm lane, it's quite exposed. I mean, they still have to deal with the inner farm lane tower as we speak, but LFA doesn't want to stop yet. They wanted to do some really good crowd controls. I mean, 2 winters here utilized from both bottom and the mid lane. They sure do know how to rotate. LFA wants to end this.
Yes, I agree with that. It is quite clear that they really wanted to end that. Meanwhile, exchange of blows going in to the side of RPG San and Calm Hawk. But that will be a shutdown. 𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐵 will be going down courtesy of that Lady Zen on the side of LFA. Now it would be a continuous assault here going into that jungle, but that ghost ship will trap that lane, and 𝐑𝐎𝐍𝐿 will still remain calm because he won't be evenly touched by anyone here, as we see three people on the side of LFA is still trying to actually exert pressure and assert their dominance on this one. Meanwhile, people right now from KARMAX or KARMAX will actually just settle for the farms and actually not keep staying away from that team fight. But I think they might be into deep right here, as RPG Sun will be going down courtesy of that Princess Frost. It is a continuous assault right here. Princess Frost starting rotating here, starting to freeze people ice cold, because you know Princess Frost has that ice in her veins.
Ice, ice, baby, indeed. And of course, Gen.G, he's not gonna survive on that one. Lady Zen is gonna take the fall. Rixin, I mean, he's gonna be respawning anytime soon because of that takedown. But for LFA, seems like things are doing so well, and they wanted to sandwich the entire members of the KARMAX. Winters here has been utilized, and for that, Yato is now on a killing spree. CNNG somehow gets a kill as well as the Cayenne and inner tower upper grabs, but we can see the ghost ship being utilized as well. Now the Atta RPG Sun, he's gonna try to create the place, but his life is dropping way too low. Not being able to restore that lost health. He's gonna be taking the fall.
Now we are seeing here Cayenne and Princess Frost will be retreating on that through the brush. And will he be seen here by Swami? I think not. And it is a sweet escape for the side of LFA, as that Nakamura won't be able to see them. Meanwhile, I think there's a contest going on right now on the Overlord side, wherein Osas will be taking the Overlord for them, and it will be a couple of waves with that Vanguard, and it is still a continuous, like, getting and exploiting and getting the much of the resources that are available right now on them. And I think Osas will be just scurrying away from that fight. Might be wanting to get an initiation here, because we see that Aling really wanted to get that concert you on that with that Ming support, but I think that Ming support was enough to actually save that concert you. Now let's going to continue here, as Osas really wanted to actually wait for someone to actually pick off an initiation, but not much on their team as on their side right now, as we see three people right now from LFA will be staying right there onto the top lane, and they wanted to actually get in, create some pressure onto the high grounds right now, as 4 towers right now. I think it will be 5 towers that will be going down on the side of KARMAX, and they need to do something here if they don't want to get even further damage on this one.
Well, for is gonna be their 6th tower, but they have to win this fight. LFA, now we can see Yato getting a double kill, Unruly Blade just to escape, but we can see a lane here trying to even up the scores. 6th tower for LFA, and they are now keying on the high ground tower in the farm lane. The bot lane is up, but we can see right now a lot of hero worms has been used, but no, it's not gonna bounce, but somehow they'll be getting the early level, of course, getting a lane in that process. Wow, I mean, just wow. No loss for words. LFA, they're definitely quite hungry, but the counter attacks here, Jet. KARMAX wants to at least contest with that.
Yes, but I think it was too little too late for the side of KARMAX to actually get something. But earlier, Vince, you have observed that I think LFA was in too deep with that crystal, but all the high ground towers are still up and online. Now we are going to see how they are going to respond to that 2-person loss, because although it was awarded to that Lady Zen earlier, Rixin will be getting those skills onto the 2 people on the side of LFA. It was the tower, and I mean that tower, that high ground tower was actually dishing out the damage, knowing that JC1 and 𝐑𝐎𝐍𝐿 was quite in a sliver on life of that. And we are seeing that Goshi being deployed right now by RPG San, but he will be going down thanks to the courtesy of that lane. I think it will be a double kill on JC1 with that early, taking out two people and making it probably it will be on the response as Osas will be going down. It will be a 4v3 situation right now, and that would be 8 minion wave going in as we are seeing 𝐁𝐅𝐒𝐕 really trying to inflict pressure on that one. 𝐷𝐎�𝐿 will be also inflicting that pressure, and 𝐁𝐁𝐅𝐒𝐕 was able to take that Gonser down and will be able to take as another one and will be taking down Ming as well. And then they really wanted to clean up. This is a cleanup duty right now for LFA. LFA really wanted to take it down, and 4 people are down right now for KARMAX, and it will be a crystal broken, and also KARMAX's heart's slightly broken as LFA will be going home with that game number 1.
Game number 1, way too hot. We can see that LFA is really willing to be adopted at this rate. I mean, they're doing so well. JC early is definitely the key player on this one. But props to Yato as well. I mean, for dying once, he managed to build up some skill damage enhancement items, Venomous Wand, some slow item, and of course, with providing 11 assists, might as well Yato can be considered the MVP. But JC here, you can stop JC. I mean, just look at the amount of criticals that he has. He has Doomsday. He's got the critical attack speed, damage, and capabilities, and of course the Eternity Blade. The amount of damage is quite high. JC, he's building another item as we speak, but fortunately for just 10 minutes, not enough. He needs more time, but of course time is on their side. They ended it way too early for RPG San. He cannot even finish the Blazing Cape.
That's sad for RPG San. He wasn't able to finish that Blazing Cape. He only got that energy core up and running, but because he was also in a predicament right there, getting visited frequently by members of LFA looking for adoption. And yes, RPG San was having a difficult time on that one. And I think for KARMAX right now, they need to actually regroup, rethink things through, because the game number 2 will be up and running in a short while. And I would like to take a look on this highlights of game number 1 as 𝐷𝐎𝐿 and Jet will be taking a short break.
First blood. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team killing spree. Shut down. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue team has slain an enemy. Team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team killing spree. Red team killing spree. Shut down. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. An enemy. Red team killing spree. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has. Red team rampage. Red team. Red team rampage. Red team has. Blue team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team has slain an enemy. Red team killing spree. Shut down. Red team. Red team rampage.
I know that you guys can't get enough of that game number one. And now we're here at game number two between KARMAX and LFA. Looking for adaptation. It seems like they're looking for more and more and more wins this time around in the Reign Supreme Honor of Kings tournament brought to you by BFStv. Jet and Vince G will be delivering you the action here tonight.
Yes, that would be quite
Here.
an introduction going on the side of Vince G. Hello there, my name is Jet. Together with me, Vince G. And yes, we are still continuing right here, right now in game number two, as Vince have mentioned earlier that LFA just won game number one against KARMAX. Our friends from Nepal needs to actually think about the things through to actually do something to get that win and continue on to the to game number three, hopefully. But for LFA, they need to ride into that huge gigantic wave of momentum, and also be careful for that, because sometimes when you get too much wave, you might be get thrown overboard as well. So yeah, for both teams, they need to also be careful. Just think about this as a normal game, just a game that they should win, and they should execute things properly, because sometimes overthinking would be actually prove fatal on this side, on this chapter already, on this particular tournament, as we are right now on our round of 16. Another slot for the quarterfinals will be contested. LFA having their match point, KARMAX wanting to hold on to that, and we are going right now to our drafting phase.
Well, for the drafting phase, seems like they have taken notes. Ming will be banned by the side of LFA because Ming somehow did punish the members of the LFA. For LFA, they wanted to get their quick and easy kill. They tend on diving towards towers, but with having sustained heroes like Ming, it's really hard for them to deal with that. So their first engagement did struggle, but it seems like Ming should be put in ban prison together with the Lady Jen. But standard bans here coming in from the side of KARMAX, Dolia and Dacia, and this gives room for Yato to secure a Mai Shiranui.
Yes, that would be nice. That was a great pick going into LFA. Meanwhile, Zhang Fei will be taken right now by KARMAX, and they wanted to secure that tanky boy roamer with that unbridled outburst or unbridled rage, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, that would be quite useful, most especially in huge team fights. Now, I think I'm sensing a pattern here wherein I think KARMAX wanted to go in a 5v5 team fight most of the time, as we see lots of area of effect damage, lots of crowd control, lots of sustain will be actually be utilized here. But for the side of LFA, I think they wanted to do a lot of pick-offs on this one, as Osas will be playing that U1, and Calm Hawk and the Clash Lane will be playing as Mayin. I think these are heroes that are typically seen in the Banhammer. Mai, Shiranui, U1, Mayin. These are the types I think there might be a high note pick somehow somewhere that will be taken by either team, as we see Dun will be secured here by KARMAX. I think they are also going for the two smite tactic that we are used to seeing here on this tournament, Vince.
Okay, Osas here securing the U1 for the jungle side. Done. Okay, they need to have some gap closers like this guy, Unruly Blade, Wind Slash combinations, crowd controls capabilities. Doofy can be the sandbag for their team, being the beast, the tanky guy for the side of KARMAX. So for this scenario, I can say that they are prepared. They are quite anticipating the engagements that will happen from the side of LFA. Osas, I've said this a while ago, if they're really playing U1, the fastest time that U1 can scale up to level 4 is within a minute. So if they can rotate towards lanes while they're level 2, level 3s, one level ahead, and then go for the kill. Ooh, take it for a spin, baby. Yushan is gonna be there.
Yeah, Lucian will be there, and it will be completed right now as LFA will be closing this roster with a Luara pick. I think this is a great farm lane right now on the side of LFA as we see. Oh, this is a Wang Zong pick. I think I haven't seen a Wang Zong pick as of late. This is quite interesting, most especially when we see a Wang Zong plus a Charlotte pick on the side of LFA. Now, having that Wang Zong would be quite interesting, and as we see that Gunner Spirit, which actually increases his physical attack by quite a bit and critical rate for up to 5 stacks. So it is still a stacky hero, but with a different with a shift when it comes to weaponizing, wherein he could we can use his unleash your potential rather, lay the mines and bring out the artillery. Most especially this bring out the artillery would deem quite deadly when it comes to a long range team fight. This could be a somehow similar to a Garo. I think it's a mix of a Garo and a Lesio pick right here with the Wang Zong pick going into the side of KARMAX. Now, hopefully that we are going to see a very interesting gameplay here going into the side of KARMAX. But I think LFA will want to close this series as early as possible as we are going to proceed into game number 2 on our Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme Season 1. Vince, let's begin.
We are beginning the fight. I mean, we can see that Huang Song decided to go out on mid lane, and then that leaves Princess Frost to at least keep JC in check. So that means they're just babysitting Huang Song. He doesn't need the additional gold bonus from the farm lane the fire lane minion. So they're gonna try to utilize that. But ooh, as early as level 1. I mean, look at how he's feeling the pressure. He's just using the normal attacks for Princess Frost, Risheen. I mean, I know that someone's there, but I don't even expect it. I did not even expect that they're gonna go that early.
Yeah, that Lucian proving to be quite disruptive, most especially with that disrupt passive ability that he has, wherein he could just punch that tower and shut it off for a few seconds, which is quite a long time and just an enough time for them to actually execute that Princess Frost just hugging behind that tier 1 tower. And I think there would be a commotion going on right here in the bottom lane as we see there's an elimination going into the side of LFA, and they might be getting more onto that as swarms might be going down soon, and there will be a fishing going on here as Luara will be taking one out as well, and it will be a 3-0 advantage going into the side of LFA. It is still a continuous assault, and now since they know that there are less people right now on the other side of the lane, I think they're going to spread out and get more space for them to farm, and that would be an advantage going on LFA.
LFA right now getting 3, and now they're aiming for a support. I mean, just look at how confident Calm is. We all see right now that he's playing very, very calm at this rate. Now, we can see that RPG-san is gonna try to at least somehow try to poke him out, but in Calm's defense, might as well go home. And for him to at least get the river sprites that early, that's nice. I mean, Calm is not way there. Now Lucian has not yet been level 4. No ultis as of now, but he will survive and live to see the other day. He's just trying to at least regen his lost health up, but now they're turning the tide. Level 4 up, and now he can use the ult, but he's hesitating. He said, I'm gonna hide in the brush, kill it before JC, and now he's not even contented. He wanted to at least get close towards Swami, but the first tower has been taken up. And take note, they still have that tower protection in the first 4 minutes.
That's true. And that is quite crucial as Osas might be in danger here as he has been jumped out with that of Solus, and Solus wanting to get that range damage very far right there, very bringing in the artillery, but no casualties so far. But Calmhawk here, right here in the clash lane, in a sliver of life, wanting to regenerate using that probably using that regen rune, the regen skill that he has. But there would be backup going here as Skunk will be going in using that ult and really wanting to get more of it as he will be spinning right around like a Beyblade, and he will be actually helping out Luara, taking out that Clash laner on the side of KARMAX, and now it will still be in a dangerous situation right now as they are still continuing to push the issue right here in the Clash lane. But three people right now on the side of KARMAX will be going in to actually set barriers here, and they needed that really bad.
They did. They did. They did it They did need it really, really bad. Unruly Blade just to at least get close towards Maestro Renui. All Sass is gonna try to use the ultimate, Unending Sorrow, but that is gonna be Unending Sorrow for them. But no, I can see so much sorrows in KARMAX X face, and now Yuan will be getting done. Unstoppable for JC, and now we can see CNNNG running low, but he has that armor to shake that off. And now we can see Yato trying to at least smoke them down, tries to throw out the fan towards their side, and now they can really go for another objective. They can still deal with the Overlord, but the safest thing that LFA can do is to take down the top tower.
Now it would mean a spread on the lanes for the side of KARMAX, and we see LFA taking two of the tier 1 towers that is going on right now, and it would mean more space for them to actually rotate and initiate team fights to their advantage. Now I think it would be a challenge to the Tyrant on the side of KARMAX. KARMAX really wanted to take that uncontested, but yes, it will be an uncontested Tyrant for the side of KARMAX, as we see members of LFA just behind the Overlord. I think they really wanted to initiate a team fight here. They are hiding in the brush. Meanwhile, there's still a pressure right down in the middle lane, and it will still continue going in right now. Lucian wanted to get into the fray as that would be a destruction on the middle lane, but Princess Frost will be able to take one, but in exchange Wang Zhong will be going down, and it will be a double kill for Rixin on this one. It will still continuous assault, and that Rixin will be going down courtesy of the Maestro Renui. 4 people down right now on LFA, and CNN will be trying to run away from this one. It is a 1v2 situation. Will he try to pick one off? But there is still danger on the side because he is the only one alone, and I think Swami and Doofy will be just taking advantage, getting a clean up on the bottom jungle side of LFA.
LFA right now, they are trying to at least utilize that huge gap that they decided they deal with KARMAX. Playing aggressive way too early, taking down towers before 4 minutes, leading in kills, 6 kills in total, and now they wanted to go mid. And now we can see that Doofy is gonna try to be the punching bag, but he brought out the artillery at this rate. It's gonna hit no one, but you can see how Calm here tries to pick off one. For Yato right now, getting one as well, and that's a double for Calm. And for CNNG, it's a tower takedown. It's a space created for the side of LFA.
Now LFA looking for anything to actually destroy right now, as we see JC1 is actually all in between tier 2 and tier 3 tower as he picks off Rixin on that. Now this Luara is in a high power situation. I think the farm was very useful on that one, and the farm has actually taken him into the next levels. He was able to solo kill that Princess Frost earlier, as Calmhawk might be chased down by 4 members of KARMAX, but preferred to opt to go to that Overlord, but they will be able to get that uncontested. But Calmhawk was there to actually check on that, and they might be able to get a pick off on this one, as RPG-san might be in danger on this one, but Calmhawk might be in too deep, and he was able to escape through the throne, or through the throne of the Overlord. And now other members of LFA will be rotating, going into the top lane, and they will be creating even greater pressure on this one, as there is continuous disruption courtesy of Lucian. Will be actually getting even dishing out rather even more damage onto the second tier tower on the top lane of LFA, and they will be able to destroy it now. Rixin and RPG-san, 2 people against 5 from LFA. What will be able to do here?
They need to tighten up their defense, but with the pressure that we're seeing right now, LFA doesn't want a long game. They want to end this quick. They want to sleep early. They want to finish this series. LFA right now is keying an eye towards a 2-0 finish, but for KARMAX, They still live to see another day. They can still prolong this, make this a 10-minute game, but they're gonna try to fight back. And now Unruly Blade did close the gap between Osas, but he managed to use the ultimate dash to judge the wind slash. That's a good commitment from Osas, using that unending sorrow to at least dodge that wind slash. That's really
That's really quite interesting there. And yes, that was quite a move right there just to make sure that they will be escaping safe and sound. But Solus might be in danger here as a rampage streak, but will be shut down courtesy of Doofy. And it will still be a 4v4 situation. It might be quite in danger here for KARMAX as their middle high ground tower is now busted wide open, and it will be an open crystal to be broken here. And now it is still continuous pressure right here as members of LFA will be going down at the bottom lane, and they wanted more damage that will be dished out here, even though not on the players but on the structures instead. Now I think Osas might be in danger, and Yato will be actually just trying to help out and kite, but there might be crowd control going in from CNN and G. And then it will still be a rampage streak going to the side of Yato, and Yato will be able to pick up. It is still a 4v5 situation as Nuara will be just right there behind their own base getting that farm, and CNN and G was able to destroy the bottom tier tower. It is still a continuous situation, high pressure situation that is going on right now, and that is needed right now for LFA to actually get the win, but they don't need to actually make it earlier because there are just 4 to 1 person left behind on that high ground on the side of KARMAX. But for KARMAX, they need to recover, they need to regroup, they need to actually increase their defenses and actually come up slowly and try to win team fights and get a bit of a push now. But unfortunately, I think it would be an open Tyrant and an Overlord on the side of LFA.
still trying to get that W, but for KARMAX from Nepal, they are preventing that from happening. I mean, they are even contesting with the Shadow Overlord, and now with even the amount of pressure that KARMAX did, it's not enough to steal the Shadow Overlord, and we can see the Shadow Vanguards now coming out of the map, but the fights are happening. We can see Kyle here getting that first kill over the team fight. He gets Whammy, but all of them are dropping like flies, and the final member, Rishin, is gonna be taken out. That enables LFA to at least get the wipeout, get the ace, and get that clear finish. They even ignored the high ground tower on the top lane because it's all about the base, it's all about the crystal.
It's all about the base, and no treble for the side of KARMAX as LFA will be destroying this crystal and win the series 2-0, thus making them proceed to the quarterfinals. Once again, congratulations to LFA on this one. As we see right now on our match stats, it was a very incredible game. They were in JC1, was able to dish out a lot of damage, was able to go through walls, and was able to actually take advantage on how CNNG was able to actually zone out people, not even disregarding the structures. That is one of the reasons why members of LFA was really confident in initiating team fights, even though they see that members of KARMAX was just there hugging that tower, but that disrupt from CNNG just punching it out into thin air, leaving that structure useless. And that was even, I think that is one of the keys on an early team fight victory on the side of LFA.
FA is now going to proceed towards the next round, but for KARMAX, ladies and gentlemen, they did play out at their very best. They did manage to reach this round. It's not even that easy to reach this round, and they have fell short, but props to them as well for doing their absolute best. So still, for KARMAX, don't be sad, don't lose hope, because there's a lot of tournaments in the open, and might as well wait for the season 2 of the BFSTV's HOK 5v5 tournament. So might as well, that might be your time. So but now it's all about LFA's time. They are really taking that win into the next level. So I think that is it for us. I mean, Jet,
Yes.
before we head over, before we close the night, probably, do you want anyone to at least shout out or something?
Yes, huge shout out to our sponsors, Team Wallet. With Team Wallet, you can buy, sell, and trade crypto tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Algo, Solana, and more with that Supreme ETFs or Supreme Exchange Traded Funds in our Team Wallet. Because unlike other platforms where you need to download and sign up separately to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, Team Wallet makes it easier and more accessible for everyone by saving your time and effort through Supreme ETFs or exchange traded funds in our Team Wallet. You can now purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum with just one click. Team Wallet now has integrated all of these features in a single system, making it more convenient and efficient for its users. Search at Team Wallet in our Telegram just to take advantage of this convenient tool. And speaking of Team Wallet, this is actually a contribution both for Team Wallet and for Battle for Supremacy, as they both are actually giving us a lot of stuff for us for us what users and for us audience of Battle for Supremacy, just like team tokens, Fortnite buffs, Fortnite tournament, Supreme Team drafts, and of course our BFStv top up. For more details, Vince G, please, if
Well,
you
you
may.
mentioned it because we also have this team wallet, and we also have this team token. And you know that you can earn team tokens if you refer someone to join in our tournaments. That, for example, the Honor of Kings tournament, you can earn team tokens by referring teams and players to join in this tournament. And those tokens can be converted to cash or used to join the upcoming events in the BFS. And the Supreme Team Draft offers you the opportunity to be drafted within its ranks by dominating in events for Call of Duty Mobile and Fortnite, available to all players worldwide. So we're talking about Fortnite here. We're gonna be talking about related stuff. For V-Bucks, you can use BNB to purchase Fortnite V-Bucks and receive the pin real time at Team Wallet Bot. So all gift cards and prizes need to be claimed by users. If not, these will be returned to their respective senders. And not only that, we are cooking up something just for you, ladies and gentlemen. If you are hungry for that competitive Fortnite tournament, be sure to explore our island map, BFS TV's Red and Blue, to keep yourselves updated. Join our Telegram channel at BFS TV Fortnite to learn more. And aside from talking about V-Bucks and all of that, also, you can get your Ryan Points, Garena Shells, and Honor of Kings tokens. It is now available here via the BFS TV top up. So what are you waiting for? If you wanted some tokens to buy skins, if you wanted to have yourself some V-Bucks, well, might as well use the BFS TV top up.
Yes, that's it. So I would like to say thank you once again to Battle for Supremacy Reign Supreme Honor of Kings Tournament Season 1 for bringing me and Vince G right here to actually provide you with the entertainment. And well, actually, not our entertainment. We're just casting, and the entertainment is coming on from our players, which are actually showcasing us the best of the best when it comes to this tournament. So once again, thank you very much for our audience right now who's watching this particular tournament. And of course, we would like all hopefully for you to follow, like, share, and subscribe. Not just of course, like, follow, share Battle for Supremacy TV just right here at the bottom. And of course, please like, follow, and subscribe to our personal channels at facebook.com/Mr. Jet. How about you, Vince G?
You want Vince GG. And of course, see you guys there on the other side. But do not forget to follow BFS TV for more upcoming tournaments, for more HOK tournaments, for more Fortnite tournaments, Call of Duty Mobile tournaments, and might as well have something new in the future. So don't miss out. Follow BFS TV. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, Jet, Vince G, we have to sign off, ladies and gentlemen, because tomorrow it's gonna be another day here in the BFS TV HOK by B5 tournament. So until then, see you guys tomorrow.
Noodles. Bye.
First blood. Blue team has slain an enemy. Blue team rampage. Team has slain an enemy. Blue team unstoppable. Red team has slain. Team has destroyed a tower. Red team has slain an enemy. Blue 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 team. Blue team has slain. Blue team killing. Blue team killing. Blue team rampage. Blue team Overlord and Tyrant have been enhanced. Cannons moving out. Shut down. Blue team has slain an enemy.